We have a major problem as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to end up losing the MVP race because of one player, and it's not Jokic or anyone else. It is because of Chet Holmgren. I know that's a weird thing to say. Bryson, how could a player lose an MVP race because of one of his own teammates? Well, that's because his own teammate is too damn good. All right? Chet Holmgren has been balling out when he started the season. Now he's starting to ball out after his performance against the Jazz, coming back after the All-Star break. Had that week off to serve as a mini training camp, get back in the groove of things. Looked like an absolute killer out there. 20 points for the Thunder in the win over the Jazz. But because Chet is back, that means Shai Gilgeous-Alexander doesn't have to score as much. He doesn't have to do as much offensively. He can do a lot defensively now. He can get more steals. He even got a ton of blocks in that game. He had 3 against the Jazz. He had a near triple-double before the All-Star break as well, with 9 rebounds and 8 assists, I'm pretty sure. But he's just not going to be scoring enough anymore to win the MVP award. His numbers are going to take a hit. Now, it could be enough where he's averaged so much this regular season, he can still average over 30 with around 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and a block a game, which is absolutely absurd with his efficiency of 50% from the field. But with Chet Holmgren now back, he's going to have a few games where people are going to classify them as so-called stinkers, where he's going to lose the MVP race to someone like Nikola Jokic because of Chet Holmgren being back. So I'm going to break down exactly what is going on here with Chet Holmgren's return, how it's affecting Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and look at some actual games it has affected Shai this season. Before we get into all of that, though, as always, trying to hit 3,000 as soon as possible. We're at 2,884, almost 100 away. If you guys enjoy the content and you want to support the channel, best way to do so is by hitting that subscribe button. I know I push this a ton. It really does mean the world to me, though, when you guys hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to support the channel and best way to show that you guys enjoy what we're doing here at Thunder Digest. With that out of the way, let's go ahead, get into talking about it a little bit. Voice is almost recovered. All right, it's when I try to talk really loud, my voice starts to crack out a little bit. So bear with me. In a day or two, I should be good. But, like I said, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander looks like he could end up losing this MVP race to Jokic because of Chet Holmgren being back. We can go ahead and look at his stats this season. All right, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander this year is averaging 32 points a game, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, a block a game, 2 steals a game, less than 3 turnovers a game, less than 3 fouls a game, almost under 2, 52% from the field, and 36% from 3. Pretty good shooting splits right there. He's also shooting 90% from the line. He's still super young. Some key stats here as well. He's shooting 36% on corner threes. 34 of all his threes are assisted, and only 26% of his shots are 3-pointers. So this goes to show the fact that he's averaging 32 points and only a fourth of all the shots he's taken in a game are 3-pointers. Goes to show how good of a scorer Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is. That's what that proves. He's averaging 32 points a game while taking 5 threes and only knocking down less than 2. Around 1.7 a game or so, something like that. He's doing that without shooting threes. If he shot more threes, let's say he shot 8 threes a game instead of 5, he would be averaging close to 35 this year. It's all because he wants to go to the mid-range and drive in and get to the free throw line. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. All right? He is one of the best drivers in the game, one of the best guys at drawing fouls and getting to the line, and possibly the best mid-range shooter in the game as well. Also one of the best two-way guards in the game. He's dominant at it. He's a decent three-point shooter. I still think he could improve in that category, but even without it, he's still averaging over 30-plus almost every single game. If he added in that 3-point shot, shooting 40% from the field and shooting around 7 or 8 threes a game, the sky is the limit for him. He'd be averaging 35, 36 a game if he wanted to, but he doesn't. He tries to help out his team. And that's where Chet Holmgren comes into play here because he's been playing so well. All right? Right here with Chet. 15 points a game, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks, a steal, 2 turnovers, 2 fouls, 49% from the field, and 37% from 3. These numbers are very diluted because he hasn't really played all that much this year. But when he was playing better than J-Dub. I will say that. He was acting as a true second scoring option, which really limited Shai because he didn't have the need to score anymore because Chet and Dub took that leap of scoring. Chet's taking it right now. We saw it in the game against Utah. All right, some other stats for him: 50% on corner threes, 1,000 of his threes are assisted, and 33% of all shots are three-pointers. He is a great shooter. He's a great scorer, great offensive player, which is limiting Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's why I don't think he's going to win MVP. Now, I still believe he can, and he might even win it because of his defensive numbers and metrics and the team that he's leading right now. At this point, they have a chance of getting 70 wins. It's very unlikely, sitting at 45-10 right now, but there is still a chance they could reach that 70 win total. At least 65 wins, only 20 more wins, and they're there. All right? So, yes, there's still a chance, especially with that kind of record, and he at least averages 35 and 5 and 2 steals a game on 50% shooting. I think he can still win it, but Chet Holmgren's going to limit him. We've already seen it in some games here, all right? This is the February stretch so far. We're not going to pay attention to the 2 All-Star games because that doesn't matter whatsoever, okay? The game against Utah, he went 7-16 from the field, which is great shooting, all right? Great shooting numbers and only 6 free throws. But he only had 21 points in 32 minutes, all right? 8 assists, though, 3 blocks. Great game, really, when you look at it. But his scoring numbers are going to go down because Chet Holmgren went off for 20 in this game, okay? In the loss against Minnesota, he did have an off game. Everyone had an off game go against Minnesota as a night on a back-to-back there. Right before the All-Star break, they really needed to rest. I'm not going to read too much into that one. Let's look at the Toronto game when Chet came back. Chet came back. Even then, it really opened up scoring lanes for other players. Went 5 of 12 from the field, which isn't horrible by whatsoever. 1 of 6 from 3, which is bad. 25 points. Did have 6 assists and 4 rebounds and a steal there. But like I said, the scoring numbers are taking a hit because Chet Holmgren's back. And you can see it in the game before when Chet returned. All right? That Phoenix game when Chet wasn't there yet. 18 of 29 from the field. 3 of 7 from 3. All right? 50 points. 8 rebounds, 5 assists, a block, and 2 steals. That goes to show, hey, when Chet's not on the court, he feels the need to do majority of the scoring, and he's going to go out there and give you 30 each and every single game he can. Against Milwaukee, okay, in 22 minutes, he had 34 points. Like, my case kind of stands there. We'll also look at the beginning of the season. The first games that they had Chet. Notice that first game of the season, first 2 really, didn't score over 30. 28 points and 23 respectively. But great numbers when you look at it. Besides that Chicago game, Shai shot horribly from 3. Okay, he didn't shoot well. Ever since then, the beginning of the season, team philosophy was to take a lot of threes. Now it's kind of taken back a little bit there. He had 8 assists, 7 rebounds in that win against Denver, along with 3 blocks and 2 steals. 4 steals against the Bulls and 8 rebounds. All right, a near triple-double against the Hawks there. 1 assist shy of that, 35 points. He's had some games where he hasn't had to do much because of Chet Holmgren. That's why. Portland, all right, another one of those games. 30 points in 28 minutes. Without Chet, he is dropping 40 points that game. Another one, the Clippers, 25 points with Chet. All right. The Orlando Magic, 35 minutes of play, 50% from the field, knocked down 1 3, had 9 assists and 6 rebounds and a steal there, only 21 points. Denver again, 28 points. Like you just see, he was averaging under 30 pretty much without Chet Holmgren. Or with Chet Holmgren. Without him, he's averaging well above 30 and was going off. Chet Holmgren just does so much and adds so much to this offense. It's going to limit guys like Dub and Shai, where you're going to see their scoring numbers drop off a little bit. They're going to be more efficient, though, or they're going to be beating a lot of teams. All right? So, yes, Shai might end up losing the MVP race now because Chet is back. 20-something games left in the season might be enough, that little way, kind of gap in space now where he could still win it, not worry about that. Half the games he drops 30 points, half the other ones he doesn't. He could still end up winning the MVP race if he does that. But with Chet being back, it's going to make it a lot harder on him. But my question to you guys is, would you rather have Shai win the MVP or would you rather him not and the Thunder win the finals? That's my question because that's all I got for this video. Let me know what you guys personally think. That's all I got. See you guys in the next one.